Well, hello. Hello and happy Wednesday. We're back. We're back after vacation. Oh, shush. I'm doing it, not you. We're back from vacation. The bar is open, is refreshed and ready to rock and roll. I hope you guys are too. Pardon Greg's absence. He is running downstairs to get me a glass of ice so I can finish off a little bit of whiskey that was left in this bottle. So I said it was a crime to leave that little around, so I'm drinking it. Then I'll decide if I'm going to do a Delta 8 after that. But I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to The Bar is Open. I'm Beth LaMontagne. My missing co-host is Greg LaMontagne. Happy to have you here. I don't know what else you say. You can find us on, I heard you coming up the stairs. Don't stall. Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Amazon.
I mean, if you want to find us on Amazon, it's fine too.
I did.
You did good.
You
did good, kid. You find us out on iTunes, Spotify, all the fucking places where you want to listen to a podcast is basically the idea. We're even on iHeartRadio.
We're not.
Yes, we're absolutely.
Really?
We're on Audible. We're everywhere. Just dump that bitch in
still
there.
gonna have a Delta 8. That's like a finger. And everybody
That's what she
and everybody
said.
knows a girl needs more than just a finger.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
I don't need that much, but
what's going on, MC? You know what? I appreciate you guys hanging out, coming back, doing the things. We're here. It's part of this is part of our regular life. We took 1 week off. It was our first week that we took off in full 5 years.
Yeah.
Like where we did not do a podcast.
Yes. We've never not.
We've never we travel, and I brought a camera with me, and I was like, all right, do we do something with it?
Elijah, MC, CPG, hello and welcome. You brought a camera?
Because I brought a camera with us, and I was like, dude, no. We have not had.
We always take so much shit with us that we never, like, I took that massage gun because we were both having neck issues. We didn't even
Not
pull
even
it out.
worried about that. But let's go back
Took
to
the
the
camera.
podcast.
We didn't do anything with the camera.
And it was totally fine.
I was fine with it. You're the one that always insists on doing something.
And I look at, doing this for so long and having fucking fun with it that I was like, all right, it will come back revitalized and having fun. And that's the idea. That's the whole point of taking a fucking vacation. We literally separated, and we'll get into
Billy,
a lot of the stuff
how's
that
puppy, Billy?
we did out in our North Carolina trip, which was absolutely amazing.
It was.
It was sleeping in until 9.
Oh, so nice to not have a wet nose in my ear at 6:45, 7.
And doing some other shit. So again, go out, check out The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg if you don't mind. Out on Instagram and Facebook. We're out on Facebook. We stream live to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me out on on X even, where we live stream on X. So just trying a little bit different thing to try and get some more followers for us.
They're all making fun of the massage gun for neck issues. Oh no, I have something much smaller that I trouble with if that's necessary. Not that big ass massage gun.
It's a massage gun. It's one of those ones that's got the fucking
5
jackhammer.
Different things on it.
Could you imagine if I used that on Castro?
Oh no, Bill, we do love
sense.
riding off vacation.
Dude, and we talked a lot of business.
We did.
And I talked a lot of business with Mr. Tansy, which was great.
Yep.
So yeah, fucking writing off things it was a semi half of it is basically the key business trip, which was kind of cool. Beth and I figured out what we want to do with the next kind of iterations of The Bar is Open.
I'm kidding.
And with Best Naughty Reads and with Castro Files, there's a lot that we've got kind of in the pipe. And then some other things that Eric gave me some ideas for with regard to all the interviews that I did with like Beth's dad.
Yeah. Cool ideas, actually.
And some really cool things that I think will come down the pike. If they work out, they work out.
We'll see why
not. If they don't, fuck it.
We'll see why
Let's
not.
see what happens. So with that, let's jump into some stuff, you guys. Who we got? We got Hawk on here.
We got
What's
a
up?
bunch of our
We got
friends.
Runaway Slav out there. We got
I love how they're all like
MC,
massage gun. Like so many times that has come up.
CBG girl. What's happening? I appreciate you all coming back and hanging out
Jeeps is on
after
here.
a whole week off.
The Hawk.
Dude, how you feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was this week. Okay, so you got to come back and just chill on the couch,
Yes.
which is fine.
Even though you like to give me shit about it on a regular
I
daily.
did
What'd you
too.
do today?
I was
What'd
like,
you
what'd
get done today?
What'd
I'm
you
like,
get done?
absolutely nothing,
I
bruh.
came back to, like, you guys know this, like, about working anywhere. You come back and you're like, fuck.
400 emails, 500 emails.
Fucking 400 emails. And
I'm
you're
Milo.
like, oh, son of a bitch. Everybody
Can
needs
I have my
something.
whiskey?
And deal with that. You just deal with that on your own, right? That's your
I had to
9
come
to
back
5.
to dogs, cats, laundry, books,
Mick pooping everywhere.
Mick
What
forgetting
the
his
fuck's
house.
wrong with that dog?
I think it's part of the trauma when we leave him. Even though he had a great house sitter and she took great care of the
It's
dog,
just a fucking.
I think he does it to give us the middle finger. Like, you want to
He
leave again?
literally does.
You want to leave again? This is what you get to deal with when you get
Bitch.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little fucker. So it's all good though. All right. First things first. I gotta say, we have to say thank you to Angela McGuire
Yes.
for house sitting.
That was going to be
for
my
the
feel good,
dogs.
but I knew we were going to get to it before, so I
Oh, you
figured
did? Okay.
yeah.
So house
Kitty.
sitting for the dogs for 9 days.
And Milo.
And the fur babies.
Yeah.
So Milo and fucking Mickey and Lucy and Henry and taking care of those crazy fuckers for 9 days. And then Peter for popping in, helping out with Peter McGuire,
Pool.
helping out with the pool and doing those sorts of things. It is no small job.
Okay, kitty.
So thank you so much. We appreciate that. All right, North Carolina, North Kakalaki. What'd you think on your second trip to North Carolina?
Fucking sweaty. Oh my gosh. I was thinking about the day when I was blow drying my hair. I don't think it was that hot and humid
It
last
was
time.
not. It was not. This was a very
It was
unique,
it was a
there.
one-off, right? Because if I move there, I don't know
Yeah.
if I can move there with that
Dude, it was
oppression.
she felt like a slave.
I mean, literally, dude. It was so
No, not
gross.
literally.
I felt like probably sweaty as a slave.
they don't wear. Did they wear shirts back
They
then?
didn't wear shirts, but and I know you probably get used to it.
Don't be a dick about this.
I'm not. I'm saying you probably get used to it. Like, nobody's that we hung out with was sweating as much as
Nobody
we
else
were.
was sweating.
Nobody.
I don't get it.
So I don't know
It
if
was the
maybe they get
weirdest fucking
used to
thing.
it, if we are just sweaters. I mean, I know I'm a sweater, but
So we were we got to let's go through the trip. First off, we
Kitty,
fly
don't
from
attack my Delta 8s.
we fly from here to Charlotte.
Yes.
Layover in Charlotte's supposed to be pretty quick.
Well, okay, so let's start even earlier than that. So
All right.
we get up at 3:30
go quick.
and there's a flight change. And now our flight has changed till 9.
Yep.
So we now somehow have to let the gentleman who was going to give us a ride to the airport know
Who
that
happens to be our next door neighbor?
2
who's
doors down.
Uber.
Let him know that
time.
we don't need a ride. We don't need to be there by
And we're
6:30. In the midst of that, we had just laid back
forgot
down to go
about
to
this.
sleep. And I feel the bed vibrate because you leave your phone on the bed. And I'm like, literally was just starting to fall back asleep. I was like, honey, I bet you that's another change. Please look. And sure enough,
It moved back to earlier.
it moved back to earlier, 8 now.
And we're up. Beth's up at 3:30, getting dressed, showered, ready to rock and roll.
Yes.
And we get the update, the first update.
And we're
we
like,
get back
son
in
of
bed.
a-
We get back in bed, start going back to sleep. Then that
Yep,
second
that's what I
update
just
comes,
explained.
right?
And so then we have to, Thomas has probably gone back to sleep. I'm like, fuck, if he doesn't answer us in the next 10 minutes,
gotta
we're
get
going to have to get
another Uber.
an Uber, an actual Uber, not just a ride from a friend.
Right.
But he answered and we got there. Once we got to the airport, it was easy peasy, right? But they did change our flight. So we were supposed to fly to Maryland.
DC.
DC.
We're gonna go to DC.
We had Greg was still trying to talk me getting out of the airport, going to check out the little bit around the airport, and I was still like, no.
Oh, that's right. Because somebody had reached out to me.
Yes, and so finally,
We fly to Charlotte.
when we finally get on a plane, we fly to
which is
Charlotte.
pretty close to. It's an hour and a
It's
half.
3 hours, I thought.
But, it's an hour
Wilmington.
flight.
an hour flight with 3-hour drive to Wilmington. We had a 6-hour layover.
Yep.
6 fucking hours. To say I got hammered, hungover, sober, and started drinking again when we got into Wilmington is an understatement. I'm pretty sure I had like 2.5 bottles of wine.
Yep.
Met some great people.
But we literally just sat at the same bar because there was nowhere else to go.
Well, there was a guy going to Germany, so he was there almost as long as we were. So he was really cool. He lives actually in Castroville, which isn't too far from here. Small world. Then we met these other people taking their son to Ireland for the 21st birthday, and we just kind of saw.
We're buying drinks. He's buying drinks.
We saw. I felt like when they do the commercial and the camera doesn't move and everybody's zooming by.
How much was their tab there?
$500
at a bar in a fucking
airport.
It was like it wasn't 500.
The whole day's bar tab.
Okay, it was like 400 at that bar.
Yeah, and it was 100 in the San Antonio bar where we had 2 Bloody Marys and two mimosas. $100 for 2 Bloody Marys and 2 mimosas. I fucking hate the airport.
That was 7 a.m. That was 7 a.m.
That was when that
was San Antonio before we even left.
That was 7.
Yeah,
that's why I said San Antonio.
You get what you pay for.
Kitty, are you comfy?
And then
I can't see my stuff.
So we do that, and there was another few $100. So then the whole goal of getting to Wilmington was to go see Andrea and Brian,
right?
BC,
yeah,
right.
Well, to partake of their annual anniversary celebration,
their first annual celebration.
Yeah. Well,
so normally a human being would get off the plane and go to their hotel room. Go to their hotel room.
Yeah, no, we're not normal.
Clean up. Get washed.
Because we didn't even pull in. We didn't even fly into Wilmington until like
6:30. We had the cabbie guy or the Uber dude
straight over there.
No, stop at the convenience store right at the Wilmington airport. And if you've never been to Wilmington, it's fucking smallest airport. It's like San Antonio. It's tiny, right? Go to the QT or whatever that convenience store, 7-Eleven or
something
whatever
like that. One of those.
Grab a 12-pack of fucking Coors Light, 12-pack of fucking White Claws, and he's like, just keep them down, dude. It's like, all right, fuck it, let's fire these back, drink some beers.
Nico said he got back from North Carolina last week as well.
Get to Andrea and BC's.
Yep.
Like literally do change your clothes in their bedroom and proceed to run back downstairs and start partying. They had a food truck. Man, those tacos
were the best thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Amazing.
Probably because it was 9:00 at night.
But they were also amazing.
They were really good.
Did you know they have Mexicans in fucking North Carolina?
A lot.
A lot of Mexicans.
A lot. I heard more Spanish.
Way more Mexicans than I was anticipating.
I heard more Spanish than I hear in my neighborhood.
Fucking for real.
Tansy's favorite store in Clayton, thank you. Is a little macaria, like a little market, a little Mexican market.
Oh, that place was dope as fuck.
They had so much shit.
They had pinatas and Jesus statues and everything, dude.
Yeah. Bill said at $19 a drink, it's easy to get to 400. No, seriously.
Dude, it didn't take long.
No.
And we bought a couple drinks for a couple people because we're just fucking partying.
Well, we bought one for this 21-year-old.
Yeah. We bought one for the dude that was going over to Germany.
Yeah.
I mean, we bought a couple drinks.
Yeah.
We didn't buy too many. But it was.
Hawk said he's lost the ability to acclimate and climatize. So he said he needs to stay put where he's at. I mean,
it was okay. So we haven't even gotten to the hot part.
It was sweltering.
We got there at like 8. By the time we got to their house,
it was like 8:30.
8:30.
Yeah.
Right. It was getting dark. We're just.
Hey, Tyler.
They've got a keg of fucking like IPA or some shit. I'm thankful we brought our own drinks.
Well, I knew they were gonna have beer.
Because those two like their fucking fancy beers.
Yeah.
And I can't do that in the fucking sweltering weather. But we met even at that party. We met a ton of great people.
Runway said TSA lets you bring your own shooters through security. Is that true?
They're little mini bottles.
I mean, I'll start doing that shit. I
don't know if that's necessarily true. Well, it's gonna be under 3 ounces. I don't know. We just don't do it. And plus, it was fucking 3 o'clock.
I always thought he was joking.
Nope. All right. So hot as fuck.
Those are called
Hottest
illegals.
place. We left here and it was 100 degrees. We got there, it was 100 degrees plus 100% humidity practically. Or
Well, it's like 90%.
like 85. What the fuck's
something.
going on with my cameras again? 85% humidity or something like that.
Yeah.
It was fucking
Well, it was probably like
insane.
80% humidity and like 90% dew point because
There
it
was
was
something like that.
thick.
That's
Thick.
the new term. I forgot about that. So this chick goes, "It's thick out there." And I was like, "Oh, it's thick." That is the perfect way to talk about North Carolina, or probably all the Carolinas, is it's thick. With the 2 C's. Right? What?
Hawk, was it Hawk? No, it was somebody said, wait, Hawk said, name a state without Mexican, illegal or otherwise. I'll wait. It's because we're taking over the fucking world, bitch. Hispanic power.
Mexicans, legal Mexicans.
He said legal or illegal. He said just in general, tell me where there's a place that doesn't have Mexicans.
I'll put you down now.
Good luck. I have 1,500 cousins. They'll come after you.
15 million cousins. You're a Castro, for Christ's sake.
What are you doing
She's
down there?
Cuban. All right, so hot. Hot doesn't describe
No.
what happened there. It was one of those things where
MC said 2 weeks. You need 2 weeks to acclimate.
it was one of those things where like everybody else around us was not sweating. We were just fucking
Greg was sweating so much, his shirt was 2 different colors.
I would go
Like
through
10 minutes after walking out of the hotel.
And maybe this is me being a bitch. And we live in
Well, you are a
San Antonio.
bitch,
We
but
live in South
this was bad.
Texas. It was bad. I would go through 2-3 shirts a day, and I brought fucking stacks of t-shirts.
Yes, I know.
Right? To the point where when we finally hooked up with Eric, I was like, dude, do you mind
we do
just
some
do some
laundry?
laundry?
Because even
around?
I was like,
we never, right, have to do laundry on
even I
vacation.
was pretty like,
Yeah, your shit was getting worn
I had
out.
boob sweat and underarm sweat. Like I'd never heard of deodorant before.
Yeah. So we went there, we did that. So we went to Wrightsville
It was
Beach.
107 up in Montana today. Ooh,
It's fucking crazy, dude.
whoa.
But it's right. We went to Wrightsville Beach, which is beautiful with Eric. I'm sorry, with BC and Andrea. And then we took a little side adventure down to Southport.
Where, just a little fact, that is where I Know What You Did Last Summer was filmed.
Yep. Very cool. We drank a couple beers
Met
on
some
the
really
deck.
nice locals. We wanted to see what it was like because on the flight from Charlotte to Wilmington, we met a young lady. Her and her husband moved from Dallas to Southport for work, and they
Just
loved it.
out of nowhere. Like, but this place is it's a one of those.
It's a little too small for me.
It's one of those places.
It's a beach town.
beach town. It's like a Hampton, New Hampshire that I grew up in. It's like open for 4 months a year. And then it's back to just the locals, and it's very tiny. Little ways away. All right. We bailed
small for
out
me.
of there. Went up
Too
to visit the Tansey family, who are I've known Eric for Beth and I have known Eric for 4 or 5 years now, something like that. Just from hanging out at different events and stuff like that. And not
We've
like
been
getting
acquainted with him.
acquainted.
Yes.
Dude, the Tansies
Fucking
are
rad.
fucking rad.
They are.
They are, when he says that they, I don't want to call them feral.
Their kids
They're
don't
just-
stop.
Nope, they don't stop. So, and I mean that in the most sincere way. They are the sweetest
I
people
think our puppy just died.
that you'll ever meet. Like the whole goddamn family. From the 1-year-old
Yes.
to Eric, who's the oldest. And
Most
he's the-
awkward situation.
He's the senior. He's the adult, right? We pull in.
When
at
second
their-
daughter, oldest daughter is like, milking?
Oh,
I was like, oh,
hang
no,
on a
these-
second. Hang on a
Oh,
second.
you got that? Okay.
We get to there. All right. So we roll in there, right? And we're hanging out. And we hung out with them for 4 days, which was fucking absolutely amazing. So when you really get to have time to spend with them, and like just like if you come and hang out with us, we'll spend time and you get to know us. And it's a fucking
better or
cool
worse.
thing. Yeah. For better or worse. You may like us, you may not like us, and that's totally fine. But their boys are amazing.
They're really cute. They're really good with their
Yeah.
sisters.
Yeah, and they all take care of each other.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things about them is remember they're in the back of the car or something like that.
Yeah.
They'd be just joking and goofing.
They were laughing and having a time
with
the boys,
each other.
Yeah.
There's no screen time. They aren't on. There's not a fucking phone in any
Any
one
of
of
their
hands
hands.
ever. There was. Did you ever? Do you
Only screen time is when they're at home watching TV.
Do you remember?
Not a single phone.
But we were all watching movies.
Yeah.
Do you remember seeing a single
No,
phone
not a single
and anyone?
phone.
Not an iPad.
I remember thinking, well, that's odd. They don't have phones.
Yeah.
It's horrible that I thought it was odd they didn't have phones because it should be odd that kids have phones.
But those kids are skateboarding everywhere. They've got dirt bikes ripping
biking,
around their yards. And the cool thing, so
neighborhood.
Eric has done like a really cool thing with his. He's got a couple acres out there,
Yeah.
2-3 acres, and he's built tracks all around. And there's in August is out, or no, Duke was
Birdie
out like
is so cute.
ripping around on like his dirt bike and shit like that. And you go, holy fuck, this is like that's how I grew up.
Yeah. That's me
Building
too.
forts, doing those things. That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
And you can have one of these fucking cell phones when you're like 15, 16 years old. But you cannot forget about the outdoors. And Eric and Ashley are very good. They don't. Oh shit! The bell.
Oh, well, keep you jumping. You're jumping all over.
But they
It's
had
like you got
this-
Tourette's.
I know. It's because they do this like thing that is so kind of out of the norm by today's standards, where everybody's helicopter parenting over all their kids. They trust their kids.
Well, because I was even like when wasn't Birdie, it was Sunny, was sitting on the edge of the pool splashing her feet.
The little one.
No.
Oh, no, Birdie's the
Birdie's the
2-year-old.
no, Sunny's the 2-year-old.
2-year-old. Okay,
I
sorry.
think Sunny's the 2-year-old. Anyways, the 2-year-old is sitting at the
They're
pool
like, oh,
splashing
she's
and
gonna
then
fall in.
trying to grab a ball and leaning over.
That's what it was.
And Ashley goes, oh, she's gonna fall in. She doesn't have her floaties on. And Tansy's like, well, she'll learn. I was like, holy fucking shit.
But the boys'
And then she
eyes
goes,
are pinned
oh,
on
the boys are watching her.
the
She's
boys'
fine."
eyes were like directly on her. They were watching.
And they did come get her and move her eventually. But I was like, do you know, like I've never seen a mom remain so calm. Be like, she falls in, the boys will get her.
But the boys were
It's so
right
cool.
there. And they take those 5 kids, well, the older ones,
Yeah.
take such good care
Yeah.
of their little sisters.
Even like, we'll talk about dinner here in a bit, but that night at dinner, she was like, please go bathe the girls and get them ready for bed so that
Mhm.
I can enjoy this dinner. And they were like, okay.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like I'm just telling you. So we'll get into a few other things.
So the bell,
The bell. They've
Just-
got
did your mom have anything when you were young that when it was time to come in?
No.
So my mom did. She had that, my mom's whistle. You could hear that 3 streets over because it was so shrill.
well, I'd be all over town.
Yes, but
I mean, like literally over like I'd be on the other side of Hampton.
even at 10, 11?
Yeah, skateboarding. Well, I would no, like
Okay.
13. I lived in
Yeah.
a different place. I lived all
So
over the
like
country.
talking 10, 11, 12. You're not quite old enough. You're not a teenager, so you got to kind of stay.
No, I'd be at like another friend's house or something like that.
Mick, knock it off.
His brother's touching.
His brother's touching him totally.
Mickey's got this new thing where if
Henry
touches
just even
his
touches
butt,
his
he's like,
paw,
"Rah, rah, 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 rah."
his
Anyway, go on,
butt,
go
his
on, go
muzzle.
on.
And I could when it was time to come in, I could hear my mom's whistle, regardless if I was 2 streets over, 3 streets up. I could hear it, and I'd be like, "Oh, time to go
It
home."
was like that. She used to do that.
She didn't even use her fingers. She
I don't
just
remember
went,
how.
and
whatever
she did
it
it
was, yeah.
so loud, and it wasn't that simple. It like had a tone to it, so I would know it was hers.
Yeah.
or melody to it.
Well, I mean, everybody grew up with like, "Come home when the street lights come on," right? But like, there's no their house. There's no fucking street lights.
The boogeyman lives out there.
Literally, Bigfoot lives in their fucking
Mothman.
backyard. Mothman, Chupacabra's probably back
Yeah,
there.
they got all those creepy things.
like
back
they
there.
got all the fucking things. I took a picture of his
what Grace said,
goddamn
yeah,
ant thing.
the older 3 are very mature, and that's what I told Ashley. I was like, they even talk like adults. Like they don't stumble or use childish words. They may
No.
use words like bro or like cool phrases, but
that's
they
this-
talk.
That's the skater environment.
They talk.
That's totally cool.
So
I talk
well.
like that.
They talk better than you and I.
Now,
Yes.
they don't have master's degrees. I'm
Uh,
like, what's a
um,
hippopotamus?
Oldest, blanking on his name.
Duke.
Duke, thank you. Duke literally, like, he's so well spoken. He's been like in the public eye for a while because He doesn't even, and it was super cute, guys. They took us to
Not
their
like overly.
no,
you
but
get
like
this.
he does skate championships and
Competitions, yeah.
competitions and probably talks and with people.
He's been
and
on
he's got-
podcast. He was on this
Yes,
podcast for the first time. Yeah.
we went to their favorite breakfast place,
Jones Cafe.
So good. It was really
And it was super inexpensive.
it's
right
old
in this
school
little
original.
main street of
Their pancakes
little
were so
hometown.
big that it was bigger than it was like bigger than my face, and only ate like half of it. But
was a
they
beautiful
had a
little town.
picture up there of them with some of their board decks.
skateboards.
And was it the whole board or
It was
just
the deck, just the decks.
Okay, so
And
I
each
said
one
it
of
right.
them hand signed their
Yep.
own deck.
And people were like, "Hey, that's you!" And they like started
they have
talking to
fucking-
people.
They've got like old lady fan club. Like
Really do.
old lady fan. They're like, is that you in that picture? Because Eric had explained to us, like, there's
Bosco.
nothing in this place. Like the art in this place, it's not art, number one. It's just like old school pictures. And it's this booth. And Eric's like, hang on, wait for me to get there. We'll get our spot.
Yeah,
And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that
I was
means.
like, "Is it in the kitchen or something?"
But I'd seen it. If you go back into Eric's like posts,
Yeah.
you'll see what I'm talking about. It's where they put their 3 skateboards
And then the
there's a
pictures.
picture of them.
Yep, all signed.
And then there's these like old timers like sitting right next to us,
yes,
like old dudes.
and they were there for church. They were there for like a
And Eric goes, they're here every day for breakfast and lunch.
right. Well, one guy I think was visiting from out of town.
I brought a coffee in, and she and Eric's like, you can't
Can't
bring
have that.
anything. And I was like, I literally was like, are you fucking with me? It was like a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I didn't know if he was serious, and I was like, he's like,
and then I
no.
told him, I was like, "If you would have kept your mouth shut, Eric, nobody would have known
But
you."
he, no. The thing was, it's like the prices are so cheap.
Yeah,
That
seriously cheap. I think I got
no, you don't.
I got one pancake with bacons and a side of hash browns for like,
Yeah, that
ridiculous.
was fucking amazing. So if you get
and
to,
their hot dogs sounded amazing too.
all right, so we're
But so the point of talking about my mom's whistle,
Yeah.
was the night we were over there for dinner. They ring
bell.
this fucking gigantic bell, like
Hang on
all
a
the
second.
Western lands used to
real
do.
quick. I thought this was a joke bell. I thought it was like one of those old bells because it's all rusted. And
Hanging.
it's just no, it's sitting at this like awkward angle. And
Hanging.
I literally went over there and I'm standing in front of it. And I picked it up and I dropped the little ding dong spot thing, whatever the ding-a-ling thing that goes
The
ding,
dong?
the donger, whatever you
Yeah,
call
I
that
don't know what
thing.
you call it.
And it fucking rang my ear, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Serves you right.
Right? And I
Fucking with
you
shit
know,
you don't
people
know.
have like shit in their front yard.
Yes,
and you're like, "Oh, that's just for fucking
white people have that shit.
white people have that shit."
Yeah.
Right? And then we heard it, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And Ashley comes walking up the stairs. She's like, "I called the kids." I was like, "You use that fucking?" She's like,
That's how
"Yep,
she calls them
that's
for
how she
dinner.
calls the kids for dinner."
Wilkery said Main Street of Clayton is so cool. It really was. Main Street was cool, but then we also found this first something or other. It was right behind Main Street.
First Street Place.
Yes, it was really cute too. Everybody was so. That is the underlying thing that I
Oh,
learned. Everybody is
I
so
forgot about
nice.
this.
Yeah, hold on. Everybody is so nice, and Tansy was because they saw you as new meat.
Explain that real
So
quick.
yeah, so Tansy proceeds to tell us
Pineapples.
our first night we get there, which I think is like Tuesday night. He meets us for a
Mhm.
drink at this Irish bar, which I was so over bar
Bar food,
food
yeah.
by like Wednesday. After Wednesday night, I was like, no more fucking bar
We
food.
started eating good food. We'd eaten out all the
Well,
burger.
when you do for vacation, right? But he proceeds to tell us that the store 2 doors down from this Irish bar has a big swingers group that goes in there.
Oh, it's a grocery store.
It's a grocery
It's
store.
like it's like
Don't
if,
break that chair.
if you had like a
you go to Fry's, the
like
Fry's,
Kroger or Fry's,
Yeah.
like kind of that one
Upper
step
level.
up.
Epsilon,
AJ's in
AJ's,
Phoenix. I don't know, like those
there's
night,
some here
where they have like a bar and like a table seating sometimes
and
in-
wine and stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess apparently it is a big swinger hangout. And he proceeds to tell us about this one lady that's always there. Fucking hilarious, by the way. But then the place, the bar is closed. So he's like, well, hey, let's go check out this other place. And as we're walking, he's like, yeah, this is also like they go from over there to over here. So there's swingers here too. We walk in, sure enough, there's like a picture framed of a pineapple. It was fucking hilarious. But we decided to go back there the next night just at like 5 before we went to dinner or something. I can't remember. Babe, be here now.
I'm listening. I was saying hit the thumbs up.
We go over there around 5, right? I can't remember.
Which place?
Yes, to the first, the next night we went by ourselves to that first place. First street,
but no, that was after an all day thing.
Yeah, well, after we went to the pool and all that stuff, we went over there before dinner, and we hung out and just met the nicest people. It was a birthday party, and Eric was like, "Sure, it was a birthday party. It was a swingers birthday party."
Dude, but this house is like
amazing. It's huge.
2 bars, top and bottom.
Alex!
It's an old
Hey, Tansy's here.
historic. What's up, bro? It's an old historic bar.
It's gorgeous.
Right. Beautiful, beautiful building.
Yeah.
Right.
But we never saw swingers. I think I'm probably okay with that.
We tried. I mean, I wouldn't like turn it down.
Yes, I would.
No, like seeing them.
Oh, seeing them. I was like, you wouldn't
like
turn
just
down
in
an offer?
public. I'm not gonna go fuck somebody.
So
especially on vacation. I don't want to catch anything. But
ew.
Okay, so we're there.
Ew.
We do that. Fuck, I lost my train of thought.
We go to the concert. We went to a Selena cover band concert.
Christ, yeah. So that's
fucking hilarious.
Next day. So we do that.
The girl from San Antonio sees Selena Thursday night.
Selena played in
the park.
The park in this little
Not Selena,
town.
it was a cover band, but
cover band. Well, Selena's dead. So yeah, I mean that was totally fine. We drank some wine. Oh, there was that dude. Overall, I mean, this little town
was amazing.
And it's only what? A mile long?
Maybe
a mile long?
Yeah.
Like when we first drove in
there, I was like, there's nothing fucking here to do. What are we gonna do? Like if we don't get to hang out
Oh, we went to dinner, got steaks one night. That was the cutting point.
That was the
we were like
on Wednesday, I was like, I cannot do bar
dinner.
food. So we went to a nice, delicious steakhouse that the Tansies recommended.
Yeah.
And then Friday.
Oh, wait. We got to slow.
Well, what did we do Thursday?
Roll.
You need to talk about what we did Thursday with the boys.
We went out to NC State.
Yep.
North Carolina State University, or whatever it's called. Over. And, all right. So if you follow Eric Tansey, you follow Duke, you follow any of those guys, his kids, whatever, skateboarding stuff. We got to go.
Yep.
And Eric, well, number one, Eric gave us a tour of like all of these different neighborhoods.
Yes.
Places that,
where he grew up per se, when he like when him
through
when
his
they
police
first
department
when they first got to North Carolina when he was doing his wine stuff.
Yeah, well that, and then also
stories
because are we interested in going out that way? Probably at some point, right? The other idea is that it's like you need to know where you're headed. So oh, fuck. We forgot this big pivotal point.
Oh, shit.
We rented a fucking minivan.
Oh, yeah.
We got a minivan, bruh. And it fit.
Oh.
We nicknamed her Karen.
It fit.
It fit all of us.
Yep.
Comfortably.
Well,
except for the fucking headrest.
The boys and you and me.
That's what I'm saying.
The
like
Tansy
Eric
boys.
Drove, you were in the passenger seat, and the Tansy and me
you,
boys.
yep.
We were all comfortable in that bitch. And we drove that all over Raleigh.
Yeah.
So we go and he gives us a sightseeing tour, which Raleigh is cool, but he also brought us to some of the spots that he's like, oh, that's where my partner got shot. And that's where he got shot again.
Yeah.
And that's where he retired. And that's where this happened. And I'm
this
like,
girl.
and it's just like a fucking neighborhood, bro.
It is like it was actually like, I imagine it like the
it's
tours in Hollywood.
And he's like, oh yeah, that happened.
It's like the tours in Hollywood where he's like, here we have.
This is where Michael Jackson died.
Yeah, no,
right?
but with his stories, it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. So yeah, we do that. And that's how we ended up finding the final night. It was over by his original apartment.
Yes, our last night.
Last night in this area.
We stayed in Raleigh.
Okay, so he brings us over to NC State. NC State is beautiful campus.
Again, it's fucking 110 degrees.
And we walk a bunch.
I only gained 3 pounds on this fucking vacation because we walked.
And the seafood is great at the beach. But we literally we got to watch.
It's a really pretty campus.
Duke
it's old.
And Elkin and
do some of their tricks.
I missed one. August. Like ollie off
Yeah.
steps.
It was
The
really
big
cute.
10 stair Duke.
I know
did it
you have something
twice.
you're going to share in a minute, but you also shared
Yeah,
it on Instagram.
let's show it right now.
But it was really cute because at the end of the day, as we're going back, we stopped and got ice cream, and they got done before we did because I'm slow
And
eater.
you spill it on yourself.
I didn't until you made me hurry the fuck up. But anyways, we go and there's a gymnastic camp out there where they're skateboarding, and it was funny because they were both trying to do a 180.
Well,
or a flip.
Duke was trying to do a 360 flip.
Okay, this is all foreign language to me. But
August was trying to do like
so they just kept doing it and do it, and when they finally would land, when they
Like,
finally had a chance
think
to
about
land it, they had
these
like
little
20,
12 and 13-year-olds, and you've got 20 fucking like
15-year-olds
15-year-old girls
clapping for you. It
and
was
they're
cute.
all cute 14, 15
Gymnasts.
Yeah.
They got all
Dude,
excited. It was really cute.
Fuck, like, put your headphones on.
Okay.
Let's watch that little. I've got a little skate video because I mean it's amazing. This is me putting this together. This is where we're gonna start getting into this. We're gonna start transition. Nonetheless, here you go. It's 10 stairs. He's 13, 12. He's out there. He's like, what are you doing? It's so bad. He did. So bad he wanted to do it. It's all right, bro. That's passed out.
Getting some sun. They have no fear.
Dude, no, what? This is odd. This is it's crushing it. So there's that.
You know which one you didn't show was the one where he's double stairs.
The first one was.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why I laid down is because Tansy was sharing that normally when the school is full, there's just like
There's just
bodies
kids-
laying around
Well,
on
it
the
was
grass.
cool because they
Either
had
studying
remember
or
they were doing the
tour.
the tours.
All the kids
so
looked
they did
12.
that. Remember they ran back underneath the tunnel, the
Yeah.
paint tunnel,
Yeah.
and they're like, Eric is a very good cheerleader for the boys. He's like, you guys want to go see him do this fucking thing? Remember they
Yeah.
ran back around.
He's a good agent.
Agent. That's a good way
he's
to
a good
put it.
agent.
Yeah. So, all right, wine tasting and pairing. All right, so we took Beth
On
Eric,
Friday.
Beth, Eric, and I.
On Friday, we went to
Hang on a second. Let me pull the name of it. up.
Army.
Hang on a second. It is the Army, but I just want to get it right. The Airborne and Special Operations Museum. I've got to find it. Of course, I didn't fucking put a video out here, but it's totally fine. Airborne and Special Operations Museum. But you can go out and you can look at my Instagram. You can find all the pictures and shit on that. The fucking coolest part of that.
Hold on real quick. I have to share real quick because Hawk is hilarious. He goes, we were never supposed to get old enough to watch young whippersnappers do tricks we can attempt no longer. Dag nabbit.
No, you're right. You're right. Because I used to ollie off fucking stairs like that, and it wasn't a big deal.
Now you break your hip
Yep.
going off a.
Yep. I told
Going off the
people
curb.
I was at work today, and I told people, and I was literally talking about that same thing. I was like, last time I skated, because I was talking to Mike, we were in our little huddle thing, and he's like, I mentioned exactly that.
Yeah.
I was like, the last time I skated, I'd separated my knee, and the time before that, I'd knocked myself out.
Yeah.
So, and I was
Beth
like,
doesn't allow
that
it.
was right when Beth and I got together, and she's like, you probably need to chill
Probably
out
need
on
to
this.
be done with that.
And
You're
I
no
had-
Tony Hawk.
I had gotten that corporate gig.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I pretty much just skateboard to the mailbox at this point. So it is what it is. Greg is good form for a
Boy cheerleader.
It's totally fine, dude. I'm strong. I'm a good base.
Anyways, so
Although my shoulder
so we went
doesn't.
to that museum,
All right. So we go to
which
the
I
museum.
was worried I was going to be bored.
Going, no. Don't
But-
even talk about, I'm not worried about the museum.
I want to share real
Okay,
quick that it
share
was
the
really
museum.
cool.
Okay.
I learned a lot of history, first of
Mhm.
all, because history in school sucks. But I also got to see like a lot of cool old equipment and like
Oh no, dude.
it was really
That
just
if
really
you're
cool.
if you're outside of Fort Bragg, that was one of the we did not have that on the bucket list of shit to
No,
do.
but I'm glad we got to do it.
That
Thanks,
was
Tans.
probably one of the and that was totally it was totally Eric's idea.
Yeah.
Because we were looking at like doing some other historic kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like, let's go on a ghost hunt. Let's go do something. Because
And he
you
was
learn
like, let's
shit.
do this.
But it's a 45-minute drive from his house
Yeah.
to
And
that.
it took about an hour for the museum.
About an hour from the museum. Great place. They've
Mhm.
got some shit from like the Black Hawk Down situation in Mogadishu. And then you go back and they've got shit from current day.
Excuse me.
Like
Yeah.
very, very current day.
Yeah.
Like Eric was showing me a picture or showing us a picture of his Humvee
Yeah.
and showing one that was like a model replica.
Of it.
And he goes, and it's fucking exactly. It
Yeah.
literally almost to a T.
He's like, see those Pringles back there? That's where you keep your
He goes,
snacks.
that's where you keep your snacks to the point, right?
The wine tasting.
But on the way,
Yes.
we
on the way
didn't
back,
expect,
you mean?
You asked him, no, on the way
Oh, on the
there,
way. Yes.
You asked him one question.
Well, because
About
if you
wine.
guys remember when he was on the show,
Eric's a sommelier.
so years
Do
ago,
you know how hard it is to become a sommelier?
I asked him why white wine gives me heartburn, and it kind of started a small conversation. So we restarted that conversation again, and I learned.
Slav, I did not see that. Anyway, go on.
I learned a lot about grapes. I learned a lot about the wines. I learned how they got over here. I learned how they got popular. That man has more knowledge in his brain on wine and grapes, and I mean, I don't know how he has room for anything else.
And he just found it interesting. He finds it interesting.
Yeah.
He's an encyclopedia. But you have to understand
He's an encyclopedia.
that she was falling asleep.
Well,
It's totally fine.
I
He
was
gets-
paying enough attention, but I had my eyes closed because I would answer and I would pop in from time
Road
to
trip.
time.
It's time. Beth can't
Well,
do road trips.
You
for a
road
long
trip
time.
and somebody talks with a good, decent voice.
The problem is
Ouch.
this. I don't know what the fuck. I learned so much about wine that I might as well be a fucking mediocre sommelier. at
No,
this
you're a
point.
beginner.
No. I'm gonna start drinking wine. All I know,
Not my
is
wine, bitch. That's
from-
mine.
From Eric telling us is wine is wine and food is food, and it's all meant to be complemented.
You didn't know
with
that
each
already?
Other. No, dude. I'm
Yes,
like,
you
you
did.
just chug wine, bro.
No, you
Have
knew
you
that.
ever gone to dinner and been like, "What's the wine for this?" I've never heard you say
I have
that.
not, but because
one
the
time in my
places,
life.
the places that I have done that, they suggest the wine with the food, and so I've done it that
it's
way.
suggested on the menu, and then
Yeah.
you never do it.
I do too.
Beth doesn't drink white wine.
I don't
Now
know.
we
I don't
will.
do drink white.
Now
I
you're
probably
going
still
to.
won't drink white
No
wine.
bullshit.
But, I know there was some pretty good. There was the
All right.
the rosé was better
So
than I
let's
thought
wrap
it was going to
up this North Kakalaki trip with
be. They fed us so much.
they
and
fed us,
gave us so much wine.
And they
it was
wine-
so fucking
they
awesome.
wined us and dined us. We go to this. What is it called? An Alda
Alda
store,
I
something
think.
like that.
If Tansy's still in, he
Something
can
like
tell
that.
us, but,
Tanzu silly.
um,
Alda, I think it is. And they've got like all this nice wine. And it's basically like a self-checkout kind of thing for the most part. He goes,
he went and he handpicked bottles,
bottles, bro.
like 6 bottles.
No, he had like 8 bottles.
Did we have that
I had to get a box,
Yeah,
right? And there
steaks.
well, I'm not even worried about
Oh.
the steaks yet.
You're just too slow.
Fuck off. He had no Merlots.
No,
He had, I don't even know what they fucking were,
He
but I got
had
pictures. of them.
Cabernet. He had a rosé. He had a Chardonnay.
One that was like this white,
that's a Chardonnay.
clear, see-through.
No, that wasn't a Chardonnay. That was
It was a sparkly one.
I took a
dude.
picture. Hold on.
Anyway, and then he just breaks up a piece of chocolate.
And that chocolate. I don't know if it was the wine that made the chocolate or chocolate made the wine good, but
It was just
that chocolate.
He just like he didn't even say.
Even his
he just-
wife was
he-
like,
the fucked
"Oh,
up part
that
is
chocolate is
he
delicious."
fucked with us. He mind fucked us and does this. He just breaks it up and puts a certain. And he was talking about this on the way there. Do you remember this?
It was a
30%
Vinho
cacao
Verde
and
Branco.
like an 80% cacao, and he just broke a bunch up
Did you hear me?
and he put it on separate plates, and then he didn't even fucking mention that
It's
he
a
put it on the
Vino
table.
Verde Branco.
And then he didn't even mention he put it on the table. And what do? Your fat little fingers go over there, and you've got a little bit of wine.
He's like, no, not now.
Crunch. No, with the chocolate.
But at first he told us not now.
No, he was fine with it. And
we had to have mussels first.
Holy shit! And then
with the Vino Verde Branco is what we had the mussels with.
My God.
That chocolate though, I mean, even
then he did mussels.
Ashley did mussels. He did the mussels first, by the way.
Ashley made the mussels.
Ashley is a phenomenal cook, by the way.
Amazing cook.
But she and I were sitting on the couch, and she came back. She's like, "Do you want a piece of chocolate?" I was like, "I've had 15, thank you." And she was like, "Me too," but it's so good because it had a little. It was like a spicy chocolate. But
we still have a whole show after this, by the way.
For Friday.
No. We've got to get to the Diddy stuff after this.
Okay.
We've got a couple important things.
Anyways, so it was great. They treated us really well.
Okay, so then
we spent the last night in Raleigh.
We drank so many bottles of wine that we had to leave.
Where did we go for dinner in Raleigh? Oh yeah, we left the car, took an Uber home.
We had to take an Uber
Met the
home
nicest
from
little kid.
Eric's house.
I call him a kid.
Eric and Ashley's house. That we were like, all right.
Cheapshead Port is a good
Smoke
time.
cigar out front. Fucking head back home. They met us the next morning. Downtown.
Yeah. Oh, and then they took it to that coffee shop.
And the greatest little coffee shop.
That had a bakery with the most fucking amazing donuts I've ever. Those were donuts. No, those were donuts that were just.
All right. So small towns rock.
If we move, I want to live there, in close to town. That's my final call. There or Wilmington, preferably not having it be 90% humidity with 105. But I dug Clayton.
It was a cool little town.
It was a cool little town.
It's one of those towns.
I think you find the secrets. The longer you're there, you find the little secrets that make it endearing.
It was a beautiful community.
And Eric helped us find those early on, so we knew.
A little music shop. That
great steakhouse, that really cool bar behind it by the railroad tracks, that coffee shop and bakery. Are you crying?
No, my eyes is water.
I was like, are you menopausing?
No.
So it was really cool. I'd like to live in Clayton.
Houses are probably like $200,000. You probably get like a fucking acre and a half out there.
Compared to, you mean here?
Compared to here.
Or
anyway,
Phoenix or
guys,
California? Or
keep it quiet. Don't talk about this place. We're never going to say it again. It was a fucking amazing time. And again, it was all.
Greg, you better control that weather.
Most of that happened because like Beth and I were totally good on our own. We can find a lot of places to go hang out.
It was a fucking amazing vacation.
But because
it was due. It was needed.
Like I said, we didn't.
Well, here's the great part. We meet all these people through this versus our show versus somebody else's show who actually, like, people come see us. We'll go see people, and you find out the greatest spots and
they're little local places.
Yes, and they're so fun.
It's like us bringing you. You come here. I'll bring you up to Old Town Helotes.
Or Bernie. We'll go downtown. We won't stay very long because it's fucking
go see the Alamo or some
see the Alamo and the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
But I think it's the payoff for doing this. Yeah. Like meeting all these great people. So
I can't say
we might come to a vacation near you soon.
We can't say thank you enough to Eric and
thank you,
Ashley
thank you.
And the kids.
I loved your kids. Milky.
You know,
no, my Milkies
I do
don't
have
work.
to play one more as an out. Because Eric's got a book coming out. It's Pig Latin. And here's his promo. You ready? All right. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Eric Tanzi. I served the better half of a decade in the United States military as a Cav Scout and a member of the Army Special Operations. I fell in love with the girl of my dreams, but she was unwilling to marry a soldier. So I got out, so she'd marry me, and I became a cop. I thought it was gonna be easy, but boy was I wrong. 14 minutes into my first shift, a 400-pound naked lady was standing in front of me wearing nothing but an American flag bandana. She took her teeth out, got in the perfect boxing stance, proceeded to beat the ever-loving shit out of me. At that moment, I knew I was fucked, and it was only gonna get crazier from there. Over the course of the next several years, I served in the Southeast District of Raleigh, the hardest district in the entire city. The only thing that held me together was that girl, who I've now married, and our army of feral children. I saw everything: stabbings, shootings, riots, death, naked dudes, people shitting in olives, fuck ton of paperwork, politics, and drama. I wouldn't have gotten through it if I didn't have the best people in the world by my side. Jace, my training officer, Officer Sirius, who was, well, serious, Bruno, the meathead, Thor, who was chiseled out of marble, and Red, the fiery red-headed CrossFit chick who became like a little sister that I never wanted, just happened to be taller than me. Together, we fought crime, sustained injuries, battled internal affairs, but most importantly, we learned to speak the hardest language in the whole damn world, Pig Latin.
Gotta shout him out.
It's awesome
right?
for him.
You know, it's awesome. There's so much coming out for them. So many more things on the kind of horizon that we've talked about and things like that.
He's got a lot going on right now.
Yeah. So go out, like, subscribe, do all the things you can for them. Go out and pre-purchase or pre-order the book out on Amazon. You can do it out there. It's gonna be out in everywhere. We talked a lot about how he got into that, and he gave me a lot of insight into talking about like what I can do for, you know, potentially a book for like
My dad's stories.
with your dad's stories. Because I interviewed Beth's dad for 5 hours one time, like
5 or 6,
5
something
or
like
6,
that.
the very beginning of this podcast. And his story is
Pretty fucking amazing.
I fucking think it's more insane than Eric's, and Eric's is fucking crazy.
So I do like that MC said Greg cries every episode. TBH, you do cry a lot.
Dude, I'm just,
He's manopausing.
you know what? And I'm not manopausing, man. I'm just in touch with my shit, but I'll choke you the fuck out if I need to.
Oh, thank you, Allison. She said you guys deserve the best because you put so much positivity out in the world. That's sweet.
That's the
Thank
idea.
you.
God damn it.
That's really sweet.
When you meet cool people, you should be moved by them.
Don't cry.
I'm not crying about
cry.
anything. God damn you.
No,
But you
we're
just
very
should.
fortunate.
We're just very,
you guys
very
make my life
fortunate.
fun.
It's like
If I was
any
just
one
stuck
of you
with him,
guys.
holy hellballs.
What's that?
Nothing. I said you look pretty.
Fucking go. I'm gonna smack you in your jaw. All right, let's move into. All right, we need to dip out of that. I have to rename
Sorry.
and
So,
redo.
so long story short, North Kalakalaki,
Was fucking amazing.
awesome. A blast. Good food. Good people.
Mhm.
Lots of sweat.
Super sweaty.
So sweaty.
So
So
the
sweaty.
sweatiest place I've ever been.
I figure Costa Rica is probably going to be a lot like that.
Dude, I was
so
literally
it might have
thinking
been
about
good
that on my
practice.
drive home. I was like, it was so sweaty. I'm like, we just need to get like, I don't even know what you
You need
do.
to go to Alaska.
No, what do you do to combat the sweats?
All over body deodorant.
No,
and
that's
still,
not going to work.
It did help a little because
Nah,
I wore it
not
one
for
day.
me.
I wore it a
I don't
couple
even have
days.
titties, and I
I
was
wore
like,
it 2 days, and I was like, "This sucks." And then I did them on a day without. I was like, "It doesn't suck that bad." So yes,
all right. I know it's okay.
okay,
Thank you,
it's okay.
Jeeps. I appreciate it, brother. Fuck, you know what? I mean, it's like, fuck, I love all of you guys. That's the problem.
all right. You got one story. What you gonna pick?
We got to do the Diddy gets off of 3 charges. So because there's a couple of things that are going to like, and I've got a ton of great stuff for Friday nights for the 4th of July show.
We're gonna
which-
probably go on early.
Yeah, we're
we don't know
probably
what
gonna go
time
on
yet,
early.
but
I'll post it and we'll do that. So 4th of July, we're definitely doing a show. We're grilling and burgers and
yeah, the
dogs.
McGuires are coming over.
McGuire's, Peter and Angela probably get Pete up here, kind of
Ooh, oh, Pete.
intervene.
Yeah.
Peter, do some stuff like that. But I've got Katy Perry. I've got a hero dad jumped off a fucking thing. I got a UFO.
Don't share. Just keep
I'm
it
just giving you
keep it-
some
keep it close to the
ideas
vest.
of what's gonna
close to the
happen
best.
on
And I don't, we'll hour, half hour. We don't know yet, but we're gonna go earlier. We don't know what time. We don't know how long, but we will be on 4th of July.
fuck yeah.
so
we're
if
gonna
you're
do it.
around, which I have a feeling
I'll
a
have
lot
my
of people
tank
will
top
be.
on.
Oh Lord,
Just
that
come
fucking
back for
tank
the
top.
tank top. God damn
El
it.
Paso.
All right. I've got to find the story real quick. It'll take me 2 seconds. Where are you, P. Diddy?
Where's Hawk? Where are you at, Hawk? He said Alaska's full, no vacancies. But if you want to head this way, let me know.
No,
Where's that?
for vacation. I don't want to move to Alaska.
No, it's too fucking
Nobody wants
cold.
to fucking move to Alaska.
I know that my
I'll take
nephew's
a
mom.
cruise up there through
My
the
nephew's
little...
mom lived there, and she said for like 6 months out of the year, she doesn't even step foot outside. Like parking
Yeah,
garages
get
are indoor. No. I didn't even make it. I wouldn't
Dude,
last 3 minutes.
All right.
But where does Hawk live?
So this Hawk, I don't know.
Okay, we'll
Probably
find out.
like Afghanistan or something. We lived in Phoenix for 20 years.
Wow.
And it didn't feel like North Carolina this past week.
It was worse.
It was worse.
It was worse than 117th day I got married with my wedding dress on.
It was
sweat.
worse.
It was worse.
It-
so fucking hot.
It was so, because it was
So-
like, again, it was
like,
weird. It
I'm
would
gonna
be
be
like
honest.
94% humidity.
I'm gonna be honest.
And then the sun, it
I
should
only
be.
wash my hair once a week. My hair stunk so bad after 2 days that I had to wash. I
She
washed
goes,
my hair.
Honey, smell my hair. I'm like, yep.
I was like, I stink. I had to wash my hair like every 2 days there. What a fucking, and I don't know. If we move there, I'm not going to bother doing my hair. I'm just going to let it do whatever the fuck it wants
That's
because
what
that's what it
Ashley said.
did. It's what it ended up
She
doing.
washed her hair every day, I think.
Well, yeah,
Or rinsed it, probably.
something, but
All right. Sean Diddy
Hawk is in
Combs
Alaska. Oh,
found not guilty
Mm.
of racketeering and sex trafficking, but convicted of lesser charges. Have you followed this at all?
other
Little bit
than
here and there.
he knew what he was that he was in trouble, knew what he was in
Sex
trouble
trafficking.
for, knew his girlfriend was a big witness.
We have not
against
brought this
him.
up on the podcast because, like, you don't generally do this. The judge, so this is the most recent update. Judge denies bail for Bad Boy Records founder, saying it would be impossible for Combs to prove he does not pose a danger to someone.
Say that again.
They can't give him bail because he
Oh,
theoretically
okay.
still poses a danger
Well, he's always for
to
the rest of his
other
life.
girls. To the girls, so there were three other charges
Okay,
that
or specific.
the girls were, I don't know, yeah, it's specific. They were saying like, no, he fucking trafficked me and shit like that. All right, let's get into it. Sean Diddy Combs, the one-time global hip-hop titan, whose federal trial unveiled harrowing testimony accusing him of sexual abuse against women and forced drug-dazed freak-offs. We heard about that, right?
Yes.
Was acquitted Wednesday of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking, but found guilty of lesser charges. See, this is the fucked up part about these articles. They don't say what the fucking current.
I saw somewhere that it's like,
I'll tell you what they are.
okay.
They should say them right up front. Like, he was found guilty
Well, they
of
want you to
this.
keep reading. That's why.
Yeah. The jury's verdict delivered on Thursday. On the third day of deliberations, declared Combs 55 not guilty of 1 count of racketeering, conspiracy, and 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, but guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, which comes with like a term of up
Read
to
what they were
10
again?
years. So 2 counts of transportation to
Okay, that's the one I
engage
knew.
in prostitution.
That's the one I read.
Those are like the lowest ones.
Okay.
I'm going to play a couple of videos here in a minute. And you're going to be like, or a video here in a minute. You're going to be like, oh, this makes total fucking sense. Later Wednesday, or you know what? Better yet, go out the KFC Barstool's page and check out his fucking thing because he's kind of broken down a little bit more because we can't really do that on YouTube as much because of the content.
Right.
Right. He does a great job. And I fucking think this guy's an absolute shitbag. He will
Listen,
go after everyone.
his first of all, his career's way over, but his
fucking, I don't know, dude. The verdict is seen as a win for Combs and his defense team, which does not call a single witness during the 7-week trial. After it was read, his family stood in the background clapping and cheering. Combs fell to his knees in prayer.
oh fucking good
Fucking
gravy.
cunt. This guy's a piece of shit, right? Anyway, so that's that's basically the gist of it, right? This guy got off.
Listen,
but this is the funny
hopefully
part.
he is actually praying and
He
asking
should
for
be-
forgiveness, but
he
I
is
doubt
going to be a pariah,
Yeah,
but he's
ruined.
but he's a billionaire.
But he's ruined. He's gonna have to leave America.
Nope. He will not.
You don't
he's
think?
a billionaire. He's a pariah. He'll never be on social media again for the
Nor
most
should he
part.
be.
Nor should he be.
He should not be
And
able to have people over at his house.
For people like this, 50 Cent, I'm going to blow this up. Of course, this is a AI, but what he said is not AI. 50 Cent said, Diddy beat the feds, that boy a bad man. Beat the Rico like a gay John Gotti. You know what that means?
No.
Rico charge is like was the most severe charge. It's racketeering,
Okay.
right? That was the one that could have put him away for life. John Gotti was a gangster.
Right. I know that.
Got off of the racketeering. Diddy, 50 Cent has been fucking with him
Oh no,
for
forever.
years. Called him a gay John Gotti. Fucking 50 Cent is he's the one that got shot like
He's a
9
gangster.
fuck times, right?
He's like
He's like a real gangster.
he's
I mean, not
like
anymore, you know what I mean?
plays
But,
in the
like,
club.
but that, yeah, right. Like I love 50, and I don't even listen to rap. I might start listening to rap. It might
You
be
might start listening to 50.
It might be the summer of 50.
50, not 50. 50.
50. It might be
50.
the summer of 50 around here. 50. I gotta get better at it. I'm fucking 48 years. I'm turning 49 soon, guys. But fuck, right? I love that. Fucking gay John
Okay.
Gotti. All right, one more. This is a KFC. You gotta put your
Oh,
headphones.
I didn't think you were gonna play it.
We're gonna play another one.
Oh, okay.
The other one is literally
Too aggressive for YouTube TV.
yeah.
Okay.
Not YouTube TV.
I keep fucking doing that.
Dude, okay, so we just recorded a podcast of her, and she's like, "Hey, go out." We got through 7 minutes of fucking recording, and she goes, "Hey, can you guys go out and follow me on YouTube?" We do one recording. We don't do edits. It's one and done. And I was like, "Hey, honey, we have to restart." Anyway, all right, ready?
Bucko said it's 50.
Biddy.
Yeah, I said YouTube TV. I don't know where I pulled that ass in my ass from.
Ass out of your
What?
ass?
Yeah.
That's exactly where you just said that.
The gummy is kicking in.
Did you eat half of it?
No, I ate a whole fucking one. This is a whole other one. Then I got to get more.
That's gonna be anyway. All right, Diddy fans.
I forgot
oil.
it's
Had the courthouse celebrate his not guilty verdict by showering each other with baby oil.
Remember the baby oil thing?
He has this many people rooting for him?
There's not really.
Huh?
Watch this blue hair bitch. Oh, her wig falls off. He's squirting her with baby oil. Because
She's going to need to buy a new wig.
listen,
These fucking people, man. Absolute goddamn assholes. Like, this sort of behavior for anything in general. Like, if this was a positive story and there were people out there drenched in baby oil, I'd be like, ugh, you're gross. But doing this for a known abuser, a man that we have watched kick a girl in the face on camera. In this world,
In the
in
hotel.
this current day, where people have been canceled or kicked out or gotten rid of for far less, we're now out here throwing baby oil parties outside of a fucking courthouse for a guy who is a
piece of shit.
Did you stop at that early on purpose?
No, it just
Oh.
I think that's just where I got it. But you go like, right? That's their fan.
Well,
his
that's what's
fan
so
club.
weird that I still can't believe people are openly out there cheering for him. They should be ashamed of him.
You would think,
But
but hey, it fucking comes and goes, right? I don't know the fucking rules about this shit. All right, let's get into some feel goods. This whole show feels like it's been a feel good.
I mean, it does.
I mean,
it is.
it's just like sometimes you go on vacation and it's just like a weekend. And
Well,
again,
no, normally we go on vacation. It's just a weekend, which isn't really a vacation.
because the last times we've been able to go on vacation, it's only been a weekend. This past week, it's been amazing. We've got one coming up.
9 days.
And it-
9 days. And we're going to do it again in September.
Yep. I think it's longer than that.
No, it is. It's from the 1st through we come home on the 8th of the night.
Don't tell anybody.
We have somebody staying here again. This
God
house is
damn it,
never
we've
empty.
got
This
security.
house is never empty, and we all own guns.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Everybody owns a gun.
So
If you
I
don't
will
own a
tell
gun-
you, let me tell you my feel good.
Okay.
And then I'll show you some
baby?
pictures. So, my feel good is Minister goes viral over incredible sand sculptures depicting everyday items. So,
Nice.
this gentleman is in England.
Mhm.
He's in Jalio, England, which I guess it makes sense.
Jari
Where are their
England.
beaches?
Where
Where are their beaches? In England. Let's see. Mark Lewis is passionate about sculpting sand into
fucking
weird
island,
and wonderful
bro.
forms, and he loves to put smiles on people's faces.
literally England's an island.
So they started
Just a
doing this.
big-ass island.
Him and his son started doing this when they were kids, and they did the typical by the bucket things and build like the little mini
Sea
castles.
Sandcastles.
And they decided because they're all huge Star Wars fans that they were going to try to sculpt some Star Wars things. So they sculpted Jabba the Hutt and R2D2 along with SpongeBob SquarePants for the kids.
Cool.
His wife or sister, he says it's all about bringing joy to the world and inciting a smile on someone's face as they discover something unexpected on the beach. So his
A
sister,
sea turtle. They eat it.
I want to say it was his sister. Hold on. Sent him, where is it? Oh, yeah. So during the pandemic, Mark's sister bought him a day-long sand sculpturing training with a company called Sand in Your Eyes, during which he learned professional techniques and which tools to use and when, which dramatically enhanced what he's been able to do. And so
he said, I loved this one, Beth.
oh,
You must have seen it.
thanks. Yeah, do not. So what he does now is he's obviously gotten better. Wait till you see these things.
Okay.
But this last time he made just everyday items,
Okay.
and it's really cool.
This fucking thing better work.
So
You got the pictures pulled up? Like,
yes,
pop on to the picture.
it is.
Good?
So there's the first one.
It looks like it's
It's toothpaste, and there's a cap and everything.
Oh, that's not working right.
So he made.
It's fine. You're good. You're good.
So he made that one.
Okay.
Then there is this one's really cute.
Is that a landmine?
No, it is a bathtub drain.
Oh, that's cool.
You see the drain?
Yep. No, I get it. Oh, he's got some water going.
Yeah,
Oh,
like water's going down it. And then here's one of his SpongeBob's.
nice. I like that.
So I just thought, and that's him. That's him, and he's wearing Crocs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and he just really does it. So now his elaborate, he does still do castles.
What is that
just,
one?
It's elaborate
That's
castle.
just a giant castle.
Yeah. And he just loves to make them.
That's very cool.
And he loves to see people's reaction.
It's cute because I grew up on a beach. It's like 1 mile of sand. You've been
Mhm.
there multiple times.
Yep.
And every year they have an annual sand. It's like our beach for some reason has like the perfect sand
Yeah.
to build those
Because the water's too
super
cold to actually get into. So the sand had to be
elaborate-
perfect.
It's like dense sand, and they do those super elaborate, like super tall.
And that's how they started. He wanted to start making taller and bigger.
Because it's New England, it's
Yeah.
New Hampshire, right?
So
And that's probably similar temperature and stuff. Maybe I
Maybe?
don't know the rules.
I don't know
with it.
either.
So anyway, all
Listen,
right,
I can make a
mine-
mound, and that's all I can do.
No, we can make some sandcastles if we really wanted to sit there and spend some fucking time. I just don't want to do that. I've got other shit to do. All right, mine is an Alaskan brown bear.
Do I need earphones or anything?
Nope.
Or just pictures? Okay, good.
Has a new shiny smile after getting a huge metal crown for a canine tooth. One of those big dogs.
So he knocked him out and gave him a tooth.
Yep. So Duluth, Minnesota, an Alaskan brown bear. He's at the Lake Superior
Oh, okay, that makes
Zoo.
sense.
He's not a wild one. But think about this. This thing's when I show you the picture, you're gonna be like, he's a pimp.
He's a pimp.
He's a pimp.
Right, because now you smile and you see it.
He got a big fucking silver tooth. Minnesota, he looks like Bam Margera, only better. Because, well, Bam. Has a gleaming new silver colored canine tooth in the first of its kind procedure for a bear. 800-pound Tundra was put under sedation Monday, and this is a couple days ago. This is like the 25th, so just
Okay.
5 days ago, 6 days ago. Anyway, was put under sedation last week for the largest dental crown ever created. He's got a little glint in his smile now. So this is what he looked. I gotta find my Greg's Feel Good. There we go. That's what his tooth looks like.
Can you make it bigger?
Yeah. It's I know it just doesn't stand out as much.
If not, no worries.
No, I can make it bigger. All right, so
Okay. Oh.
that's his tooth.
Yeah, that probably hurt him so much.
No, he's under.
No. Like when it wasn't fixed.
Oh, if it wasn't
Because
fixed.
it's just raw.
But think about that.
That's a big ass fucking tooth.
That's a big ass tooth, right? So he came out and he was all good, and then he was stoned. And this is basically what he looked like. This is him. It's not me finding another bear.
Afterwards?
Not necessarily. And I was
Oh.
trying to
He's
figure out
so
if
smiley.
that's just him at the zoo.
Okay.
So he is a zoo bear.
He's just a happy
Right.
bear.
He's just a good guy. And I thought I saw that. And I was like, a pimp bear, bro. I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds amazing. Oh my. Do you have any gold teeth or
No. I have crowns, but they're
Why
not.
would somebody decide to get like a silver tooth as
they
opposed to
wanna
like
be a
a
pimp?
white one?
Most people want a white one so it looks natural. A bear probably needs to have the metal so it's tougher.
I know people that have like silver or gold.
I think they used to do more of that.
So, I mean, this is like
No,
recent.
They used to. Well, I don't know. That's
That's
preference,
just kind
but
of gangster.
I don't know. I think that's stupid, but it also is
Expensive as
way
fuck, right?
expensive. This one looks like more natural. That's why people get.
Yeah, that's
just
kind
this
of what
one,
I was
but-
thinking, right? I don't know. I don't know the rules. All right, so those are our feel goods. Entertainment wise, I just finished Squid Game season 3 last night, super late. It was great. It was fucking really good. It was
Show me
really
your shirt
good.
in a minute.
All right, so it kind of wraps it. I don't know if they're gonna have another one. Honestly,
Bosco said that bear
no,
is real pity.
I just thought about it because it was fucking like 2:00 in the morning when I fucking finally finished it.
Idiot.
It opened.
No, said that with love.
One little piece open
Oh, left it open for.
because there was they play this game. It's like the slap game where they slap these cards. It did. I just remembered that. But they closed off this whole other side chapter, like the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It was good. It's fucking good. So I would go check it out. It's a little cheesy, but go check it out. And what's yours?
Nautilus. So we started watching. I don't know if you guys happen to see. I can't remember what channel it's on. Nautilus just started this past Sunday, and it's 50 League. Who is that guy? I can't think of his name.
Jules Verne.
Thank you, Jules Verne. It's a remake of the Jules Verne story. 2 episodes the first day. They're pretty
They're
decent.
fun.
It's got great.
It's fun. It's a good
got great
summertime
effects, and
kinda
it's
show.
not too serious. It reminds me a little bit like it's going to be very Pirate of the Caribbean's ish.
Yeah, it's
with, like,
Jules
adventure
Verne.
and
So think
treasure
what is it?
and
A
big
billion leagues
beast
under the sea or
and,
something? A million.
It
leagues?
was fun,
1,000
and
leagues,
they're
100
50
leagues?
minutes on VOD, video on demand.
What's it on? Amazon?
No, it's on like FX
Paramount?
or TNT.
I think it was on FX.
Hey
Yeah.
Siri, what
Yeah,
channel is the
but
new
it's worth
Nautilus
watching
show
it.
on?
It's worth watching. It was fun.
No, not. She says it's going to be on Prime in October, but that's not the right one.
Very Arabian.
Well, Indian.
Well, because it's deals
Indian.
with like the East Indian India trade.
Yeah.
Like remember that back in like history or whatever. So they steal this 20,000 leagues under the sea. Thank you.
I don't mean to sound like at all like there aren't hot Indian men. I've just never seen one before. And the lead guy,
He's Italian.
no, he's not.
He's
you can tell
definitely
by his accent.
No,
Maybe,
he's definitely
but
fucking Italian. He's got a British accent.
no, he
He's
doesn't.
Italian with a British accent and a fucking.
Um,
I'm making all that shit up. I don't know if any of that's true. But what I do know is true is go out and
and
like,
I don't usually
subscribe.
like guys with ponytails, but I was like, hello, Hottie McHotslot.
Go out and like subscribe to The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg. Do that. Go out and buy fucking pre-order Eric Tanzi's Pig Latin fucking book. You can get out on iTunes. Or
His name is Shazad Latif. I don't think he's English.
yeah, he's definitely British. You can go out and get that on Amazon rather. Go do those
AMC.
things.
It's on AMC.
So if you're listening on X, if you're listening on Facebook, go out and follow that. Go out and check out Eric's stuff. It really was great catching up with you guys again. We'll be back on Friday. We're not sure what time.
Time
so
and time
just keep
time
an
of
eye.
day TBD.
yeah, keep an eye out. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll talk some more Diddy stuff. Maybe he's getting banged in his beehole by then.
Maybe he should
probably.
get banged in his
Oh, by
beehole.
the way, he's not getting out of jail. I know that.
That's what you said. That's what you said. He's too
Yep,
dangerous. Or something.
He's too dangerous to get out, so he's not getting out until, they're not even sentencing him until October. So no fucking 4th of July for that bitch. Fuck him. With that, we love you guys. We will catch you Friday at some point. Love you.
Bye,
Thanks
guys. Have a great rest of the
so
week.
much.
Love you.
Cheers. Welcome to The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg.